The whole video is her just like staring like. Hi. You're not gonna say your name? You just think everybody knows your name now?
Yes.
Okay,
Now
well,
that
I'm
sounds
Alyssa because no one knows me, so no one needs to know her name. My name is Alyssa, and this is Stitching at the Cabin. Everyone knows her name.
I'm Julie.
Ah.
She said I can't talk. She says we have things to do.
We have a schedule to...
Stop snapping! I don't like
She
snapping.
loves snapping. Snapping is so much fun. Jingle bells!
I really don't like snapping.
Or jingle bells.
Okay. Okay, we got stuff to do. This is a channel about stitching. Apparently I need to scoot over. Today is June.
Oh dear.
June.
4th?
Thursday, June.
It is the 4th. This is
My
the first time I've
phone
looked at the
is
date
ringing.
today.
What did I tell you? Hello. Love you too. Bye. Now Jacob's gonna
Sizzle,
call.
Cut. And we're getting back in it. All right.
Text message. Okay. I don't know who I am.
I don't know what we're doing. June 4th is what we're talking about, and we got stuff to do.
Okay.
Do.
Okay.
We
Okay.
still have to finish up Maynia,
Yeah.
which is going to be awkward because I don't know what to title this because I already did Maynias 1 through 4. Did May have 5 weeks?
Yeah, that's why the.
Oh, okay, great.
That's
Then
why
Mania number
yeah.
5 is what you read on your screen, and that's what
Maybe.
that's what it.
Unless there's a police chase.
It's possible.
And we do have a guest today.
We have a special guest virtually coming to us today that
Yay.
you'll see later.
Okay.
That
So-
means we're cool enough that somebody knows about us and then like wanted to do things, and that's cool.
I don't think it's that. I don't think she wanted to do things. I think she just didn't want to edit.
I understand. She
Okay.
won me over quite easily.
Okay.
Yes.
So Maynia.
Yeah.
I spun all those things last time. And we agreed after the fact because you couldn't agree on the spot. And so it doesn't matter whether you agreed or not. That I switched Bookshelf and Ugly Birds.
Because it made sense. Because
So-
she's leaving.
I will show you Bookshelf, but at the end of the Mania section. Okay, so
Yes.
Ugly Birds. Now everything has less done than I would have liked to because of the cabin, and
So
we will
much cabin.
update you on the cabin. I have video and stuff, but she says we don't have time,
Next
so
week.
I'll update you next week. But let me just say, 10 days, it's pretty much done, and the bed is in the back. We spent the night back there.
Not me.
Yeah, it wasn't all 3 of us spending the night.
Those
Just the
days are
2 of
long.
us.
Doesn't happen.
No video of that. But, you know.
Okay, getting weird. Move on.
Okay, so Ugly Birds. So my point was not to disgust you
Freak
by what.
people out.
It was innocent, don't worry. But I didn't get much stitching time, except for one day. One day I got some time, but the rest of it was not nearly as much as I wanted. So you won't see much progress. Ugly Birds. Obviously, I was working over here. There's still a lot. That's soft. I'm just gonna pet that. There's a lot going on there. Just pretend it's all good.
Got some beak up
All
in there.
good. Yep, I got some beak up in there. Still got the eyeball thing happening. I need to snag nab it right there. You don't see it from the front, but you see it from the side. I
the
found my
things you
snag
learn.
nab it. It was on this. I
Just
took it off.
in there
No.
somewhere?
No, I didn't take it off. It's right here. It's right here.
Oh wow, just
That's my-
dangling by a thread,
That's
literally.
my travel snag nabbit, and I found it. My snaggy nabby. There's no way you're gonna
No,
see that.
that was.
It was on here. It was missing, and I knew it was on a project, but I didn't know which project. It's on this one,
Of
so I
course
need to
it would be
take
on
it
that
off
one.
and put it back in the thing. But my
Yeah.
little plastic case is missing, so I tried
Oh.
using one of the scissor tips
Yeah.
and sticking it in that. That didn't work, so now I
No.
use it on my European cross stitch. That's why I got the chatelaine stuff.
Oh.
I put it into the bead ribbon.
There you go.
Yeah, so
better.
that helps. Okay, Ugly Birds. She told me I couldn't talk, and I'm talking. New start. I have the moose, and
And would you like to say how I was right? This is the segment where Julie, Mom, that was weird.
Yeah,
it's
don't
not
call me
working
Julie.
anymore. Admits that I was right.
what if I don't want to admit publicly you were
Then
right?
I will say it for you, and the whole time go, this is what she said.
Do you remember when Alyssa started the moose? Christmas moose. It looks like that. It's a kit.
It's Russian.
Panna. Do you remember when she started hers? I mean, those of you that are new wouldn't unless she went back. But she took it camping, and then she was like, I don't think the size is right. Like, it looks too small. Is it over the 2? And I'm like, no, it's Ada. It's over the 1. And she's like, I don't know. It doesn't look right. So I'm texting her, this doesn't look right. Are you sure? It's
weird. It's very, very weird. And I counted 8 times to make sure I was doing the right thing.
I wonder if something says what size the Ada is. I meant to check and I didn't. And I know we don't have time, but I'll try to look that up because I'm just wondering if it's an odd-sized Ada.
I think we're just weird. You did a different part than I did.
I did some of his antler thingy, kind of.
I don't recognize that. I feel like that's much different than what I did.
No, it's not that much different.
Are you even doing the same pattern?
This is like right there and a little bit down there. So it's right there. Can you see it? Can you see? It's right there.
I can't see what she's doing, but I imagine it's very helpful. So you got light colors. I didn't do light colors. Oh, is that part of the houses and stuff?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. All right.
I couldn't remember what you did, and I kind of wanted to do the same thing, but I kind of didn't, and so I knew it was that way. But
I definitely did some of like that kind of situation. And like, look how it's centered though. Like, look how it's centered. Doesn't it seem like wrong? Like maybe you're doing this the wrong orientation, but it's not because it's actually a pattern that's more vertical than it is horizontal. But it's a moose going like this with its antlers. So how would this be more vertical than it is horizontal?
Yeah, but
so that mixed with the Ada size and it being over 1 is just, it's confusing.
Yeah, it's 11 by 13, and I checked 52 times before I started to make sure. But I'm telling you, it's a weird size.
It's such a weird size. I don't think you guys can appreciate it unless you try to do this one. She thought I was crazy. She's just like, Melissa just doesn't understand how to cross stitch.
She's just a new cross stitcher. She doesn't know.
This is weird.
I'm trying to see if there's something on here with the size of the Ada.
Honestly, these instructions really aren't very good. So.
No, I was trying to find the part that tells you what's in it. Yeah. That would be the 16.
Hey, good job.
Well, that is a little odd because usually kids have 14.
I don't know.
So, I mean, that might have something to do with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it's a little bit too small to be a normal Ada stitch, but it's too big to be a full coverage 1 over 1, 2 over 1, over 1.
And did you notice the quality difference in the thread?
Mine tangled a lot.
Yeah. Mine had felt grittier. It feels like a rougher. I mean, not gritty. That makes it sound like I rubbed it in sand, which like I kind of did because it was camping. But
it's a fun project, but that Ada is stiff.
Yes.
And I don't hate Ada, but it's stiff, and I'm worried I'm gonna poke my eye out. But that's okay. I won't.
With the Ada, not with the needle. To be clear.
Maybe with the snag nabbit.
Yes, that's inevitable.
Okay. So this one I got a little bit more time on than normal. Audrey, you may not want to look. I didn't realize how much you disliked spiders, but here you go. It's my big toe. There's nothing to feel but feel itself and spiders, in case you couldn't read. Yeah, it's called Nothing to Fear, technically. So I got the fabric from Stitchy Express. It is spiders on parchment. And
yeah, I don't like it. Wow, you did so much more than when you texted me.
Yeah, I think I put this on. I put it on Instagram. That's how I know Audrey dislikes spiders. Is that upside down? I don't think that's upside down.
No, I think that was right side up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Sunday. I got a lot on Sunday. A lot of time. I was probably supposed to be helping, but I wasn't.
Whoops.
I wasn't sure how to center it, not center, but I wasn't sure how to position it so that everything like looked spidery. But I decided I wanted it like between those two, and that worked out. But then it put the spider, in the middle, and that's gonna get covered. And this one now there's weird leg action. You like the spider legs?
Well, you have enough fabric. You could do it again. It looks like.
I could do it again. Why would I do it again? I have so many things I want to stitch.
Yeah, but what if I want one of those?
Well, then you should do it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with the rest of the fabric if we don't just do that one again. There's not that many things.
Not many applications.
Maybe something Halloween-y.
Yeah, but do you have anything Halloween-y?
I have
currently? No, you don't. I happen to know.
I don't.
I've been there.
What?
I have to one-up you.
Ew, I'm sorry.
Okay, which
People
one?
have left.
Which next one? What's next?
So now we're back to normal schedule. So I will show you bookshelf. But
reboot.
For the record, we're back to normal, no Stitch Mania. So I'm just doing keto in the morning, my shadow lane at lunchtime. And then I decided, I was telling Alyssa, I had suggested maybe a wild card Wednesday, and then I realized I don't think I really want to do it because then keto suffers, so I had another idea. What if I spin the wheel for a project after work for the entire week? So one spin, one project, and if I have time after work any day, I will work on that. And then I'll have my weekend project like I used to. So we'll spin the wheel twice. So
you get the full weekday, and then you get the weekend. Both of those are spins.
Yeah, 2 different spins. Weekend spin, evening spin.
So it's like normal schedule, but with a bonus project added into the afternoons.
Yeah, I was just doing small things, and while I liked that, now I have so many things. I feel like I should do more. And for the entire week. That way I don't have the pressure of like, oh, I have to do it after work today because I spun it and people want to see and I want to see. And now this is just, well, if I have a day, not a day, I don't ever get a day, if I have a few minutes.
Yep.
Okay, so do you want to do the bookshelf or do you want to move on to keto and shadowing?
Oh, let's do the bookshelf. Let's get that big guy out of the way.
Okay, so I started working on it on Thursday, and then I ended up having to go to the cabin. I thought that was a spider.
I know, it's been wiggling this whole time, and I keep looking
that
over.
Scared me. It's just a piece of like lint on the side of the box. Scared me. So she had worked on it once without me. I worked on it once without her. And then I didn't get much time that day because I had to go to the cabin that night, but I left it, and then the next day she worked on it some. So, yeah.
I mean, there's a few hundred stitches put in between us, so that's pretty good.
I hold hers, she holds mine because of the way they're oriented versus how we sit up here.
Yep.
So, mine's the pretty one over here. Hers is the one over there.
Wow, thanks. I was trying to give you center stage, huh? You should be proud.
So here's Alyssa's.
Oh, I'm doing it sideways. I was like, why are you doing this horizontally?
This is
fairy tale bookshelf, but it's not called that actually. Is it? No, there's like a hole. I think it's different.
Yeah. It's the supersized max color.
Amy
Heaven and
Stewart.
Earth. I think it's Amy Stewart, right? Because the bookshelf, yeah, that would be it. The fairy tale, supersized max color fairy tale bookshelf. If there's another word in there, I want to put old in. But that's just because I'm old, probably. Old-timey fairy tale bookshelf.
So I don't know where we were before. Maybe we should hold it one more time for long bits. So that way we can do a good comparison. Okay, stop. Stop.
You need to be more clear. You should hold it up. Okay, I'm trying to hold it up.
I know. Because last time it was hard for me to do the comparison pictures because we did it real quick.
Yeah, and you may need to switch before and after sides on this one. Because of where I'm holding it. But
are you the editor? Do you need to be telling me this?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, because, you're a little slow.
Wow. Rude.
So, yeah, it's still not the easiest project to work on, and she's not around often. Shh, I got close. She's not around often enough that we get to work on it together very much, but I'm hoping at some point... I'm wearing pants.
Real big girl pants.
I'm hoping at some point she will be around more often. But I did find that if I stuck it in that Lowry stand right there, people have asked what kind of stand I use. Lowry.
Like Lowe's.
Yeah. I have two.
Not
I
at
have
Lowe's.
one here and one at the cabin.
We are not sponsored by Lowe's.
I like them. I like them a lot. But I found if I put that in there and just let your end on the floor and let the dog rub his butt all over it and
That's
stuff.
what I do when you're gone too.
Yay!
I just put it in Taco's bed so he can lay on your canvas instead of in his bed.
Yeah. Good idea. Nice. It's easier when it's in the stand and I let things dangle. And then I just threw all the floss up on the arm of the chair right there. And I didn't have to fight you for it. She likes to hog it. She puts on her side. I'm like, where is 820?
It's because I switch colors more often than you.
Oh, I don't know about that, honey.
She's just stitching like,
no,
everything's the same color over here.
No, not.
I'm like one stitch, switch, one stitch, switch.
You want to know one stitch switch? Ugly Birds.
Really? It's still
It
really
is
confetti?
really confetti. I mean, look at everything hanging off of it.
Yeah, I see it. Believe me. I did not ignore it.
Okay, so then we'll do keto. I am back to working on keto. I finished the column yesterday morning and started on a new column. Pretty soon I will be taking this out of the Q-snap and moving it, and then you'll get to see it. I will show it when it is all out. But I finished this column down here and started up there, and I'm snagging on things. Snag nabbit. There is a snag nabbit on this. It's right there. But this one has its own. Bookshelf has its own. Chatelaine has its own.
Well,
and then I have the one travel one, and that one was missing, and Ugly Birds had it. Still does. So in a few weeks when I'm like, I can't find it, somebody tell me it's on Ugly Birds. Still love Keto.
Don't tell her. She needs to learn her lesson. She needs to share with me because I lost mine.
Yeah, I was going to say, who lost theirs completely and still hasn't found it? At least I found mine within a few weeks.
Just know my house is booby trapped and it's so scary. And I lost it in the sofa. Did I tell you that?
No, a snag nap?
No, a needle. But I lost it. It fell. And then it disappeared. And then I very carefully did that thing where you do not move your lower body. And you lift things up and you move it. And then you stop and you stare. And then you do that careful unfolding of the cloth.
I usually grab the needle minder and start doing like
That's
metal
smart.
detecting.
I should have. It's gone. It's gone. We have totally dismantled the sofa. I've pushed on all the cushions to see if it's just like in the sofa. And if you press, it'll poke out and stab you. It's nowhere. So I think it just disappeared.
Tyson has it. Or one of the snakes. He thinks snakes were scary before.
They have an extra little...
Come here. I'm gonna snake you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Chatelaine.
Wow, you
Back
didn't
to
even look
action.
like you did anything.
Oh.
She struggled today.
I did
Today was a
struggle
day of
today.
struggle.
So I finished these things on both sides, and then I don't know how well you can see it, but there is one heck of a lot of backstitch on these. That was not easy backstitch because it didn't just go evenly between holes. It was like fractional backstitch. And then I started doing the backstitch down there. I do have a schedule for this. And if you can see my pants again. If I can stick to it, I should be done not this
Please
Wednesday, but next Wednesday. I mean, not with the whole thing, but with
with
that bottom, the bottom mojito. Mojito. I don't know what those flowers are, either one of them. I mean, they have names, but they don't use like the English names, so I don't know what they are yet. When I put them in, you'll be able to read them when I backstitch them in, which should be next week.
Well, you scheduled it out. When is that scheduled for?
I think it's next week. Okay. Now everything else is mutual. We both have.
Yeah.
So I don't know what order you want to do it in.
Let's do the tree.
Okay. That's easy. That's right here.
Yeah.
It's been hot.
It has been hot. I can confirm. My data says the same thing.
Here's Jada.
Where and almost said where I live. No, and where I live.
In where I live land.
That's better. In where I live land. It has finally reached it reached 100 degrees. It didn't go more than 100, but it reached 100. So,
Which I believe is 37 degrees Celsius.
hey Siri. 100 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius.
100 degrees Fahrenheit is 37.8 degrees Celsius.
Who knew? Who got that right? I just didn't
You
do
said
the decimal.
36,
I said
didn't you?
37.
I'm gonna rewind that tape.
And I didn't use a decimal because you guys told me there's no decimal. She just lies. So, but 37. 37 degrees Celsius. That's hot. Hot.
Okay, ready?
At the cabin, it got a little cool, and then it got hot.
Did I do one more than you? I did.
Yeah, I didn't do yesterday's or today's.
Wow. I looked at today's, but it hadn't started going down yet. It was still going up, so.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's getting hot later and later and later. Like yesterday, I wrote it down at like 3 o'clock, and I checked it this morning, and it had actually gone up at 5. So I had to up it on my little thingy. I keep track of my little note.
Sketchy. Ready?
Yeah. Look, who has more branches? That's weird.
Oh, guess who has more leaves?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, but I have branches. So yeah, it got a little cool up here, and then boom, it got hot again.
But look, our tree is mostly making sense. We don't have that much green. Like it's
Speak for yourself.
okay. Yeah,
I have a lot
guess.
of green.
But it's mixed with blue. I was expecting more like blue and then green and then yellow, whereas it's blue green and now it's yellow red.
It was
We
like,
don't have in between season.
I don't
which
know
guess
what
makes
season
sense.
it is. I can't decide. Then it was really cold. Then it was really hot, and everything else is, I don't know, spring, summer, fall, winter, I don't know. It just looked like I was petting it, huh?
Yes.
Okay. So that just leaves the one.
Last week I spun Christmas Afghan, and Mummy had decided that she was going to start her Christmas Afghan this week.
Because Audrey got her fabric, Stitchy Rich 42.
So they started it
Together.
Kinda. Long distance and at different times. But I filmed her doing her, like, mapping out the fabric and stuff and doing some of the first stitches. And then Audrey sent her video. Us video.
Dog tail wagging.
Which we haven't seen yet. So we're going to watch it now together and see if all three of us have relatable experiences. Now, she's not doing Christmas Afghan, right?
No, she's doing Halloween. And this is her fault because she showed the Halloween one, and she showed, I think she was at a retreat, and she showed someone holding, I think she said it took her 3 years to do it, the full finished Halloween thing.
Which
and
looked real cool.
Fell on the floor in absolute love, and I went to go see the pattern on Stoney Creek, and then that's when I saw the Christmas one. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna do that. And then she saw it, and she was like, I'm doing it first. But Audrey and I were supposed to start at leap day, but the fabric turned out to be a nightmare. And I'm a little jealous because I saw that Audrey is using a Lugana, and it's a colored Lugana, just a slightly colored. If I had known, I don't hate Ada.
I wouldn't. I'd still use my...
I'd still use white because of the snow, but I would have used a Lugana because it's softer. And because it's an Afghan, it's going to be on a bed, it's going to be touching people, although if they touch it, I'm going to smack them. But, In my defense, I have not seen my video either. I had planned on just doing the edges and figuring it out, and then changing clothes, brushing my hair, putting some makeup on, going to a cleaner room. My office is the messiest room in the house. And then filming. But I got so carried away that I ended up just doing it right there on the spot.
How excited are you?
I'm excited, but I'm more scared than excited. And I haven't brushed my hair, and I don't have actual clothes on, and I clash, and it's just middle of the work day, and I just wanted to get the first stitch in. So
We already measured.
here's the problem.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I used that.
You used the
Do you
needle
have a
for
needle?
a thing.
Do you happen to have a needle?
I happen to
I
have
did
a
not think
needle.
that one through.
I told you had to have multiple.
Yeah, well. I don't know if Audrey's done her first stitch yet or not. I haven't heard from her today. I doubt that she forgot. This doesn't seem like the kind. Oh, no.
You have to get two. Did you get two?
Oh, that's right. This is 400. Good thing
Yes.
you're here. I would have started that with half as much as I was supposed to.
Yeah. Every time I switch back to this project, I have to pretty much say it out loud. Grab two. Grab two.
But not at the same time.
Not at the same time.
Weesh. This is a lot of thread. Are you sure?
Yep. Feels
This
wrong.
Yeah, this is wrong. Okay.
Now slowly remove that.
Is this over 2?
Yes.
This is over 2, right?
Yep. Otherwise, I've been doing it way wrong.
Over 2 using 4 strands. That's what it says. So
You'll leave a hole. Just remove it, and I bet you can see it.
because that would be the top left. So
Oh yeah.
that would be the top. This is going to be giant.
I know.
This is massive.
Take the needle out.
I'll take the needle out in a second, but sometimes I pull too hard. I don't know if I can go through the needle. Obviously, I can't put a needle through the needle, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. Don't pull too hard. I'm just going to hold on to that to make sure that I don't do bad things.
I put it through the loops before I even start pulling.
That's probably smart.
Yeah,
I feel
haven't
like
had
I'm
any
gonna get it
problems.
dirty, and it's so big. This is difficult with big fabric. I need to get it in a Q-snap. Uh-oh. That didn't feel... Yeah, I was going to say, that didn't feel right.
You need to baste it after this.
Yeah.
Don't wait as long as I waited.
Uh-oh. Not supposed to look like that. There we go. Stitch 1 done! Woo!
Look at that phone! What are you doing?
I'm trying to work on my Afghan, but I have like 5 minutes of work left. It's been a long day. It feels wrong doing 4 strands over 2.
It is weird, huh?
On white fabric.
Doesn't it seem abnormally white to you?
It does.
I thought so too.
It does. And apparently I have just an infinite number of green.
Yes.
Should probably count.
I don't count. I count the squares.
Yeah, because they're 10.
I'm going to show you all because you can't actually see the pattern. But she's doing this green that's up here, and then there's these squares. So I count the number of squares instead of the green. You look like one of those seamstress ladies that's in those old-timey photos or paintings where their dress is all ruffled and they're sitting there doing their stitching. So this looks like old. No, I'm saying this looks like a dress.
I don't know how I'm gonna keep it clean.
I mean, mine's still pretty clean, and I'm not like super duper careful.
I don't know. So what, you just kept going until you ran out of floss?
Yes, and then I switched to a different color.
That's kind of the thing, though, is we're going to end up looking... Well, obviously they're going to end up looking exactly the same. But I mean, while we're working on them, it's not like I started in a different corner than you did.
Yeah. I kind of thought you should start at the bottom right, but it's fine.
Well, now that I've started, there's no way I'm going to try to make it work. Although, technically, I could just keep doing this color all the way across.
Yeah,
and
you
then
could.
start in the other corner.
Yeah, but then you actually have to count.
Yeah. Counting's for... I don't know. Not me.
Nope, not us. Alright, well, y'all will see an update on this in our FlossTube this week.
Maybe. If she comes back.
I mean, I guess this is in our FlossTube this week.
Yeah.
But, whoops.
Okay,
Move your hand out
so
of the
we're going to
way.
watch it here, but they're going to watch it there, right?
Well,
kind of like the police
Same
chase
place,
thing.
right here, so that way we're all looking at the same spot.
No. Which side?
Middle.
Okay.
So sit up a little taller, maybe.
Do you need a head massage, Audrey? No. Okay. She's going to regret this.
No, I can't play it.
Morning, everyone. It's Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. It is Monday, June 1st.
No, it's Thursday.
I'm in a different location in my house, one you haven't seen before.
Ooh,
I'm in my bedroom because I am about to start
Oh, that's a pretty lamp.
a big project.
you're so
Big.
And I wanted to show you how big the piece of fabric is that I'm going to be using,
Can you?
and to tell you my plans. And it's already caused a problem while I was setting up for making this video. I had a needle threaded to mark the starting spot for me.
I want to remind everybody that I did this. Oh no, that's the one I did when I was sick.
This is going to make editing awful because you can't just let it play.
Yeah.
Now you have to splice.
I'm aware.
Which
No,
one?
I was going to say I did that when I was sick. Bookshelf. That fabric. Or I was going to say I did Afghan when I was sick, but I did bookshelf when I was sick.
What do you mean? You haven't...
No. I mean, like, when we got the fabric, remember, and I was trying to figure out where to start, but I was sick.
Oh, that's right. And then I got
But it was
sick.
that one. But, so when did I start Afghan? Was that also when I was sick?
You're
Yes, 'cause
always sick.
Because I put them on top of each other. Remember? There was a picture of them on top of each other.
Yeah.
To see the size difference.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't think you were sick. But you could have been.
Well, I was sick when I had that. So I would have sick if I...
Well, Oh.
I'd also like to point out I did the same thing with using the needle to mark where, you put the needle in and then you double, triple count.
That's how I did it too. On pieces where it's not quite, so this one is super important. The instructions say it has to be 5 inches on every side because you have to make fringe out of it, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. So it's really stressful. But on like that spider one where I had plenty of space, I just plonked the needle right where I think the middle is, and then just any place close to that, I figure it's good. Don't ever take
precision.
Stitchy advice from me.
This is precision.
Walked into the bedroom, went to put my stuff down on the foot of the bed, and I felt the needle hit my finger and flip. So I had a stray needle somewhere, either on my bed or in the carpeting on my floor, and it took me about 15 minutes to find it.
At least she found it.
Oops, stop it! Okay, yes. I'm glad you found it. This is why Jacob says I'm not allowed to stitch in bed. I still do it. But this is why he says I'm not allowed to, because he doesn't want to be surprise attacked.
When my sister was a teenager, she was in high school at the time, there was a loose needle someplace and she stepped and it went into the bone in her toe and broke off, and she had to go to the emergency room and they had to do like surgery to get it out. I mean, she was awake, but she was watching. My mom was almost unconscious on the floor because she couldn't handle like seeing that. They're like digging in and my sister's like trying to get a better view. So watch those needles on the floor.
That story has scarred me from the beginning.
Real world problems. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
That's big.
Okay, what you're looking at is my bed.
know.
No, this isn't the bed cover
But it's different.
Is it
This
the
is
same
the piece of
size
fabric.
as ours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I will be stitching on.
Like, how do you stitch on
This
this?
is
With all the
a
extra
yard
fabric
and a
all over the
half
place.
of
I mean, we're doing it.
20
but-
count
yeah.
light gray ash
Oh, that is
Lugano.
cool.
And
Okay.
it's Lugano
And this is what I'm going to be using
for that.
for
That
Stoney
actually has
Creek
more
Halloween
skeins
Village Afghan.
of floss than ours.
This was
does it?
supposed to be
I compared one
my
day.
leap year, leap day start. Didn't have the fabric. So, starting it today. And I thought I would show you what my plan is. I laid it out on the bed, obviously, to see how big it is. And immediately thought, what on earth am I doing?
Yeah.
I had the same thought.
What
I
on
just
earth
think
am I
about
doing?
doing stitches all the way across
But
and
the
down.
nice thing is, because of the way it folded, I know which way is the long way.
She's smarter than I
So
am.
I'm going to use
I measured it about
the
18
creases in
times.
the fabric.
I measured, but fortunately the selvage edges, once you
I
find
also
where
know
they are, helps.
from reading the directions that I need to leave a 5-inch border.
See? I unlocked.
And if you've
Directions are
watched me
important,
and you know that I like to stitch
5 inches.
my Alphonse Mucas and I like to do a top center start, that's what I'm doing on this one. So
Oh,
since I need to
top
have
center.
a 5-inch border, I'm going to come along right here.
You know, that's a really interesting
It's
point.
doing it again. The thread came out of the needle.
That's
This
a
thing?
new thing.
Doesn't get to win.
Yeah, but she can thread it right there in the spot.
I can
Alright.
do that.
I used to be
5
able
inches
to.
down.
I'm kind of jealous she started from the middle. That's
I'm just
interesting.
gonna
That gives you a lot more freedom.
run
I
my
knew she
thread
said
in
she
there
was going to,
twice
but I'm too scared that I'll
so that
do
I
it
have
wrong.
a spot. I now know where I get to start.
She's so much more
I was gonna say
organized
she's
than
way
mine.
too confident about
If I can
this.
weave the needle in here and it won't fall in when I
We
take
can't
it
put my
downstairs.
video in here at all.
We're just gonna take that
This
back.
thing
You
is
didn't start
already
it.
trying
I
to
didn't
be
start it yet. Mm-mm.
a pain in the butt. Maybe that's why they call them bats, because of that middle word.
Ass.
Anyway, my plan, because this piece is so big, is that I am going to keep it in the Mondo bag that
It's so
Lori,
cute. Oh, look at
textilist,
Uh-huh.
made
that
and
bag.
sent to me, because it'll be big enough to house that. I'm gonna keep my floss and stuff in my back bag.
That's so cute.
Back bag. Na 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 na. Back bag.
Back
I just did that.
Backpack.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause, go downstairs, get started.
Wow, she is so much better at this than me.
So I'm downstairs now. I'm
Told you we should
in
do it
my
cooler,
chair in
you
the
said
living
no.
room. I already had issue number 2. Somehow, I have a feeling there will be issues through this thing. Issue number 2 was the cone of black. I purchased this for working on this project specifically.
Because I assume there's
And
something back.
when I pulled it out, there's this thread hanging down from the bottom, and I thought, oh, that must be where that you start the thread.
Oh no.
No. I pulled out a big chunk of it and realized that it's actually the very end of the thread.
Oh no.
And again, it took me a while to find the actual starting piece.
This is good
Same.
information. Thank you. Thank you for making the mistakes
The
so I
things
don't.
we do for cross stitch. Then I realized that I left my Q-snap upstairs and I had to go up and get it.
Yes.
Come back downstairs. I'm winded. Fat lady going up and down the stairs. It happens.
No,
It
me.
happens a lot.
Me.
But my plan with this project is
She has
to
pills
use
too.
my 11 by 11 Q-snap
Me too.
to hold it taut where I'm working.
I bought an 11 by 17.
I would
I'm
recommend 11
starting-
17, I think.
It's not here yet.
Top center.
She didn't give me one.
And I'm going to show you here on the back.
Yep.
This is the breakdown of the pages. The top center here is the one with the pumpkin in the center of
It'd be
it.
so much fun to
So
do.
I'm going to be starting with the black border
I love the dress thing.
right here across the top, and then I'm going to work on finishing this piece. Work out this way, work back out that way.
I'm not
So,
that organized. I don't know what I'm doing next.
starting on page 3.
Randomly stabbing at the fabric.
I have my blue floss marking where to start, and I have no clue how I'm going to handle this entire wad of fabric.
The key is finding a way to get your hands around it all so you're not constantly stabbing
Yeah.
through it. And then you never move this hand again.
Yeah.
Whatever hand is on the bottom, it's stuck.
That's it.
It's stuck on the bottom.
This piece is going to be stitched over 2,
Yes.
4 strands of floss.
4 over
It
2.
feels wrong.
I'm going to have to work really carefully on it because since it will be an Afghan and the back will be visible,
I'm gonna fix that.
Me too.
I don't want it to
I
be
would like
visible.
that to-
Dad's already
too.
said you're fixing that, right? I was like, yes, I'm gonna
so
felt
I might
it.
actually have to pay attention to what I'm doing.
I started out really
I
careful.
can already tell
I'm careful.
this
Still.
fabric is going to be an issue because on the left side
Not even a week.
I can grip the fabric in my hand. It's what to do with this fabric here on the right side.
Absolutely.
Twist it with the bottom.
I don't think
That's what I do.
that
I just get my hand under it and leave it.
the Peel's thread spool covers
Yeah,
will
they won't
hold
hold that.
that much fabric.
No, it won't even hold my
Um,
universe. Okay,
I
that
have a
sounds
hair
stupid.
clip over here,
I'll hold you.
so maybe I will try using that and see how that goes. But this is my start
What's that thing?
on Stoney Creek, Halloween Village, Afghan, June 1st, 2020. And I am giving myself 4 years to complete this project.
The leap year leap day thing was 4 years.
Oh, yeah,
It
that
would be
makes
nice
sense.
if I could get it done sooner.
Gotcha.
The pattern is broken down into 30,
The
blocks.
punches.
89 stitches by 90, except for a couple down at the bottom. They're not full coverage, but that's still a lot of stitches. So, there you are.
Looks
I have
good.
started it.
That's about how much
And
work were you doing too?
I know Julie, stitching at the cabin, is supposed to be starting her Stoney Creek Christmas Village today.
Face,
got no
man.
And her daughter Alyssa had already started that one. So hopefully you'll be seeing a lot of these, and I hope somebody else gets as crazy as I am and decides to do something.
Please
We
do.
need to empower each other.
Ah,
Same. Very relatable.
I kept thinking, okay, the reason I didn't do the Halloween one, because I love it, is because I don't decorate for the Halloween at all.
Yeah,
And
you're lame.
Kind of felt like,
But understandable. I'm gonna undo my Q snap while you're talking, so don't
so I
get
kind of
distracted.
felt like maybe that's not the best one for me to do. And then that's why when I saw the Christmas one, I was like, okay, I do decorate for Christmas, and that's when we have people over, and so they would see it, and so I thought, okay. But I was thinking the other day, is there another holiday or another kind of Afghan that if I saw it, I would be like, I have to do this?
I think just not a themed one.
Just a
Did
more...
you find one?
No, I didn't even look.
Okay.
I'm just saying...
You were
like,
saying this very suspiciously.
No, I was just thinking about it because she's doing the Halloween and I love it. And if she
Yeah.
wants to give it to me, I'd be more than happy to accept it.
That's what's
done.
gonna happen.
Finished. I don't want an unfinished one.
Yeah.
And it's only 4 years of your life. I'm special, right? But what would make me do it? You know what I think it would be?
Fat birds.
That's absolutely true. Fat birds, rainbowy colors, or beautiful flowers. I think any of
Very
those.
floral, I think a floral scene kind of thing. I know, I'm scared too.
You know, they slide too,
but
right?
it's not helpful. I'm always paranoid.
I know, I'm always worried about ripping my fabric, trying to get the
And this Q
snap
snap's
lid
super
off.
loose.
You know
Super
what? If you buy them
loose.
from Amazon, they're super loose. If you buy them from 123 Stitch, they're tight. I don't know why, but I've experimented with that. I have multiple Q snaps. So I bought my 11 by 17 the other day from 123 Stitch when I saw that they had it, because I've had it on my wish list for a long time. And then today, it was gone again.
I meant to show you while it was in my Q snap how the fabric that's extra, well, she has them on the left. Well, yeah, I had some on the right too. Like all of this was already done and loose in my Q snap. So it ends up twisting with the bottom part, with the stuff, because I keep most of my fabric in my bag. See how it's still in my bag? It's just hanging out what I need. So the extra floof that's on the edge ends up twisting with this bottom part, and then it stays out of my way because it twists kind of like that, and it's like out of my way. I can't see anything. It's fine.
Mine's in a big tote bag, not nearly as cute as what Audrey has, but it works.
I gotta try to take a picture of this. It's actually getting to the point where it's hard to take a picture of it because it's so big. What I've done, which is really impressive because I'm not good at getting a lot done, usually.
Oh, why is my needle not on the needle? Where's my needle minder? My needle minder's gone. It got stuck. Oh no, it got stuck to my floss ring, but I don't know where the back is.
It's somewhere.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Let's fix this.
Please hold.
Fixie. Okay. Whoops. I need more hands than this. Ooh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna slide my needle kind of underneath, because I find I lose it if I don't. If I slide my needle kind of underneath the edge of the needle minder, then when I'm shoving it in and out of bags and
It's
things.
better.
Did you see my limb flap?
Slow-mo.
So I've worked on this a few times this week,
Hang on.
because this is my evening project for this
Should
week.
I do mine first because they've already seen mine, and
Probably.
then they can show you can see.
I really want to see
Okay.
yours now that I started mine.
Ready? Look at that. Can you hold the bottom right? Bottom. Uh-huh.
I don't know what bottom is.
Go.
Why is your needle
I was gonna say, I see a lot of stuff
Oh.
happening, but it's this. Thought it was a stain on the fabric.
You
It's
need
okay.
a needle minder.
I know, but it, like you said, it gets all floofy. Okay, can you hold this one too? You're right.
Can you hold
Both.
everything?
Okay, and hold it right here. There you go.
She's kind of needy.
At
and
least
demanding.
I'm not just screaming. I'm telling you what to do.
This is gonna go over an hour.
I did most of this back stitching this time. I did these 2 leaves. I did a bunch more of this. Can you see me through here? Yes, you can. I did all of this. I also worked a little bit more over here, I think, and maybe finished some of that, maybe. And I did all this down here.
I almost said stupid.
What did you almost say?
I was gonna say, I worked on this too.
Not
No.
there, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
So I love it, and I'm super excited, and I liked working on it this week. I always look forward to this one. I think this one might be like almost my favorite.
She had that dream that I was gonna like totally surpass her, so that is my goal now. And it has
That's
scared the
not
crap out of her.
nice.
so that she's actually stitching more than normal.
Yeah, I stitched a lot this last week because I'm afraid that she was like gonna love it so much.
I really do love working on it. I don't know what it is about that 4/2 because it's terrifying and I always forget it's 4/2 when I pull it out the next day. I pull out the one thread and I look at the thing and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
But it's kind of addicting.
It is.
The 4/2 is kind of addicting.
I like how big and floofy it looks.
Yeah.
So that's how far I've gotten. And look,
that's really good for day 1 progress.
Yeah, well, that's more than day 1. That's days 1 through 3. That was June 1st, June 2nd, June 3rd.
Wow, then I'm less impressed.
So I haven't done it. Wow. Okay. Whatever. But see, I try to keep mine all folded. I don't think so. I didn't have much time last night. I only did the yellow last night because Dad worked from home yesterday.
And counting's pretty okay?
I think my counting's okay and that my back is...
Your back looks good.
I'm not pulling things all over the place. And,
that's good.
But see, I did the down thing yesterday and that's why when I was looking at hers, I was like, I did it too. But she's like way over there and down. But yeah. You need to spin.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
I have to spin twice.
Okay. Hey, Siri. What am I stitching this week? What is my stitching this week?
I didn't find any appointments.
What am I stitching this week? No, believe me, this is a better method.
Yeah.
Okay. Mill Hill.
Yay.
You know, maybe you should find projects you like to work on.
This is my castle.
The Mill Hill is your castle? Why? It's tiny. Is it the back stitching?
And everything's on bobbins.
And
you
don't have to have it on bobbins.
This pattern especially is kind of hard to read because there's so many back
I thought I was wearing a different shirt, and when I did that, I saw this, and I was like, there shouldn't be anything different. I thought I was wearing that green shirt I was wearing a couple weeks ago. I don't know. This was my avocado shirt.
I have that shirt too.
We both ran. Okay.
We ran for avocados.
I've only done one 5K where I got a medal, and it wasn't this one, but it was another one. But I see the medals over there, and it made me think of it. I think it's just because most people were running the
We didn't
10K.
get last in this one.
No,
we didn't get last.
We didn't.
And that's really good.
We finished 5K.
For our age. Not even like overall, because if we were last overall, that's just the ending of ever going out in public ever again. But in our age group, that's really good, because people our age, you know, can walk up the stairs without being winded.
Age, like we're the same age.
We're sisters, remember?
That's right. I got 3rd place on the one I did over there.
You can't see, but it's over
That was 3rd in my age group, female. I was super proud of it, but I'm pretty sure they were wrong. But I decided it's because most people were doing like the 10K, and so only the people that were out of shape did the 5K, so I had a much better chance. And I was only a few seconds behind the person in front. I could see it. I was behind her. If I had like screamed, she would have turned around and I could have run past her and like knocked her out of the way, and then I would have had 2nd place.
This is why we don't do sports.
This is why we're not allowed out of the house, period. Okay. So this one will be for the weekend. Because that
Wild
happens
week.
first.
Oh, no, weekend.
The weekend, because that happens first. So.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, please be good. I'm okay with that, man. Although I will not have, I won't have much time this weekend because we're doing the rocks on the outside and we have people coming and I'm going to be outside all weekend. So expect no progress at all.
You're not allowed to work on it
so
more.
Next week. And you can even hit reset wheel this time. It won't do anything bad because I don't have it set to go away.
Okay, so this is your wild week spin.
My wild week spin. My evenings. That was so close.
That is the line if I've ever seen one.
I sucked in all my muscles from the tip of my toes to the top of my hair.
It won. Stop.
All right,
it worked.
Celtic season. That's my summer from Lavender and Lace. And I don't pull those things out because you'd see me and stuff.
You know what it is, right? Right?
Yeah.
Go back to the last episode.
We'll update you on the cabin next week. No more Maynia, so fewer things to see, but should be more progress on the things you do see, except for this weekend because of all the rock. If anyone is bored this weekend and is in Southern California, message me. You can come help with the rock. Rocks are heavy.
Fun.
Rocks and
Cement.
I was gonna say that, but it's actually mortar,
Oh,
which I can't say.
I don't know
but
the difference.
I
I
don't
assume
either.
just like the percentages or something.
I don't know.
I don't
Cement
know.
goes underground, mortar goes in between things.
Fair.
Yeah.
So I
thank,
guess that's it.
Thank you, Audrey, for sharing that with
That
us.
was cool.
I enjoyed that.
Yep.
You were way more organized and clean and
Just better.
just better, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I appreciate your contribution.
Yeah.
Working with this one is just a nightmare. The talent, she's so sassy. She only likes green M&Ms. It's just, you
Purple.
know,
Although I don't think they make purple
They don't.
M&Ms, but that's my favorite color.
she makes me soak them in hot water and mix up the color to purple, re-dye them, and then serve them to her.
I think she dips them in bleach and arsenic and stuff.
Hasn't worked yet, but soon.
Whatever. So hopefully this is not a total mess. Audrey, hopefully you'll still speak to us after this. Yeah.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
That was obnoxious.
What?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.